Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Melanin Madam. Tonight, we are going to have our Tipsy Thursday, and of course, my brother joined, and Bambi will be with us shortly. Welcome back, everybody. Today, you guys are in my studio. This is the work half of my desk because work don't stop. Like you get monetized on YouTube, but you don't get money. I mean, go figure. Like it doesn't go together. So I'm going to have my brother introduce himself, and then we're going to get into the topic of child support.
Woo! With that being said, what's the motherfucking deal, y'all? It's the famous homie. You know what I mean? I'm here again with my sis on this podcast to talk about the motherfucking child support and all the double standard and all the hypocrisy that comes along with the subject child support. Let's get right to it. Y'all be sure to follow me on Instagram at the famous homie, Twitter, and Facebook.
Yep. And if you can, do us a favor and also follow us on Poetic Ghost Production on Instagram. And then our website will be rolling out shortly, as well as our calendar. So we have some amazing things coming. We have some very dynamic people in business who have decided to come together and put together all of our talents versus what people do and it doesn't make sense. Um, and some just don't have the opportunity, right? But pay attention to who's around you and what they're doing. And when you notice that they're doing amazing things and you have that other piece that fits, reach out and say something. Like this literally happened because I reached out. That's why it happened because I reached out. Like I think we're amazing. I think this will work. But I reached out, I will say on a smaller scale. And then what was presented was like much bigger. And so we went ahead and went with it. But start working together with people. It's not about what you can do by yourself. And I think that that falls in line with the topic for tonight. It's not about what you can do yourself. It's not about shining on your own. It's not about taking something from somebody else. It's about coming together and doing what's good for the end result that you want. And no offense, but our people, we are definitely crab in the bucket. It goes back to our ancestors, unfortunately. But what I will say is, if we made strides and everything in other areas, why can't we do it in this area? We've done some dynamic things. As slaves, we have slaves that were millionaires. So let's just focus on that instead of all the bad stuff. But let's get started. Hey, Hilda. So I want to know, first of all, what do you think about child support overall? Just the whole system itself.
I mean, child support, the I guess the idea of child support, um, the idea of child support, of course, it's meant, or it should be meant to be a good thing to provide for the absent parent, whether it's the mother or the father. It's meant to provide for the absence of that person because people forget. Men, let me start telling y'all before y'all start sticking your penises and everything and releasing and everything. Know that parenting is a two-parent job. That is not only on the mother because she is the mother. You are not allowed to skeet in somebody and be a pop in and out of their lives because you're the father. It's a two-person job. Both
Job.
parents are equally responsible for it. So that's what it's meant for. Now, we're talking about the system of child support. That's a completely different story. The system of child support is, as we all know, bullshit because it always fucks the other party or both parties in the end. So the system, that you get someone that's getting got for child support, maybe let's say a man that's working and making $1,300 a week, and he has three children that he's paying child support for. At the end of the week, you know what I mean? And let's say he has partial custody as well. He has 50-50 custody, but he's going to get that child support taken where he got $50 at the end of the week. That right there, I believe, is bullshit. Some people are on child support. Some men are on child support who do not need to be on child support. You know what I mean? So broken system. It's a broken system, and it needs to be fixed because it's somebody always has a short end of the stick when it comes to child support, and the real object should be the best interest of the kids.
Mhm. Mhm. I will agree. So, like Hilda, I think child support is not bad, but I think that it's misused. I also think that where people have messed up is that, if to your point, stop just sticking your stuff in anything and stop letting somebody stick their stuff in you, because I put everything that has to do with the child, I'm going to put on outside of married couples, and I'm gonna tell you why. I put it on the woman. And the reason I do is because we have the most complaints. The baby's going to be left with us. It's just natural. That's what's going to happen. I do know cases though that somebody had a child, they put the child in the system without even telling the dad. The dad was located and the dad had the child. So I do know some like that. But let's just say the greater majority will be the women. The greater majority will be the women that are complaining, right? I think that people have gotten to a place where they like to fucking complain because you know this is going to happen, right? But you do it anyway. So you should be prepared for what comes from it. I just think that you should. I think that you should also be able to leave the system out of your business. Why can't you two just sit down and talk and you be respectful? And this is what I mean by respectful. If you get with a man, I'm gonna use man and woman for this particular scenario. If you get with a man, no, I'm gonna use Britney Spears because I don't want anybody to think I'm talking about them because, you know, for some reason people think you're talking about them like nobody else has the same exact problem. But okay.
If they think champion is a shoe, Fitz wear it. Fuck them.
Go
Shit.
figure.
You think I'm
I'm gonna
talking
use
about
Britney Spears. You get with Britney Spears, right? Kevin got with her. She's making millions of dollars. You got with her and you had children because you guys were together. You don't make millions, sir. That's not your money. You're not even trying to make millions, sir. It's not your money. But then you go and file for child support. You're married to a school teacher. You went from a million. Okay. And then you, because, oh, I hurt myself and I can't be a dancer anymore. I'm just not going to do anything. So now you don't do anything. Plus, you married a school teacher in the middle of the backwoods. But then you take Brittany to court for child support, and the argument is the child should live the same at both homes. I don't agree with that. The child should have the best each parent can offer. If I make all this money, how do you get to come in because we had children together and you get to say whatever I can afford and have in my house, the child should also have at your house? That's not fair. Now Kevin is over there making all this money. We're bringing in all this money. They have this amazing house. They do all of these things, all of these toys and things like that, but they have children together, plus she has children. You think that money ain't funding everybody?
Right.
But you're a school teacher. And he don't work. So how are y'all doing all of this stuff? At some point, the system needs to be set in place where having a child does not become a form of a lotto ticket.
Right. Facts.
Because it is so unfair. Because the dirty things that go along with it, because it's related to money, is no different than gambling, no different than drugs, no different than prostitution. It's no different than any of those things that bring out the worst in people.
Right. Facts.
I don't agree. You should be able now if the child does, if you don't have a place and you need help, then what you should do is give the child to the parent that does have it. Go get your stuff together and then come back. Not expect them, well, your baby don't have no roof over their head and you don't care. Give me my kid.
Right.
Because I know a lot of men, and I've seen it myself. Well, give them to me and you go get yourself together. I'm not going to be away from my child. What makes you think you love that child any more than the man?
Right. Exactly.
How is that? You're equal parents, but you could tell me when I can and cannot be a parent, but I should pay for it fully.
Right.
Exactly. How's that fair? Kevin should not be living that type of lifestyle and going back trying to get more and now using the kids doing interviews to say different things about what they asked Brittany for. But what you ask her for, you already get $52 million for child support. Why do you need more? Maybe your dad should get a job.
Right. Or learn how
like that, they should shut stuff down. It's nothing wrong with him that he can't get a job. You cannot be Brittany, sir. I think he wants to be her.
Right.
And I think that's what happens. The other person that doesn't make that type of money, they want everything that comes with that type of money, but they don't want to do what it takes.
Right. Exactly.
I don't think that's fair.
They want to inherit that lifestyle as if they earned it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like that whole, the kids should live the same in both households. Okay, we could say a lot of what should be, but let's face the reality. You know what I mean? Kid, if the other person isn't providing that, like you said, Well, then they just don't live like that. Like, I had a debate with somebody like that a long time ago. I think we were debating about P. Diddy was paying like 30 grand a month for child support for each child or something like that. You know, and they're like, he has the money, so why would you want your kid to live in, I guess, poverty compared to what you live at your dad's house? And I'm like,
That's not fair to say that in poverty compared to.
yeah, exactly.
It's
So
not poverty. You're safe, roof over your head, stuff looks nice, but no, you don't have Lamborghinis, 18-yard driveways, pool in the backyard. That's not poverty
it's like it don't take 30 grand a month to raise a child. So it's like you know what I mean? Like,
at
I think, okay,
all.
I can even say if take it from 30, if you want to make them pay 5, like,
And
okay,
that's living great.
and that's living great. And if you got 3 kids, if you can't live good off of 15 grand a month, I should slap you. Like, you don't even need to live.
So my thing is this: why don't the judge and the process ever reverse it to say, well, since the child should live the same in each home, I expect you to go to school and do everything they did. I
Like,
expect you to do you know what I'm saying? Like, put that pressure on them. Why is it just pressure on one? Make sure, go tell them. Whatever they doing, you should do it too. Ask them how to do it. Start working with them. Did you ever ask them if you could work for them and earn some of that money?
right,
No. I think that you should be required because you in there crying, well, they have this and they have that. Okay, and you can have it too.
right,
Obama got stuff we don't have, but we don't just get it.
right.
Like, it doesn't make sense. You don't have a right to this person. The only reason why I said it's different than in marriage, because in marriage, two people decide when to have a baby. And I personally know some women, even through Kasha, that they didn't want to have children. They
Mhm.
didn't want to deal with like the baby stage. They wanted them like when they turned like 10, stuff like that. I know some that didn't want them at all, but they got married and the husband did. And so they fulfilled their obligation. They weren't mean to their kids or anything like that, still loved on them, but there are certain times when they have to remind that man, I need a break because I didn't want to be motherly. I had the kids for you. So you should technically be doing everything. I
Mhm.
think that in those particular cases, if the two separate and for whatever reason the children go with the woman, I think you do need to provide exactly what you have, because you gave her this, you put her in this life. Not, it wasn't no accident, it wasn't a mistake. You two chose this, so you two have to ride it out to the end.
Right.
Is how I feel.
Facts.
Now that one makes more sense about being fair in each situation. But otherwise, no, it doesn't.
I mean, it's never gonna. What's up? What up? What up? There she go.
Hey, hey, hey. Y'all know I had to finish shutting down these systems for work.
Yes. Okay, but yeah, in that particular situation, no, I think that people should not be able to walk away from agreed upon commitments. And that's not a oops, a one night stand. We was just dating. Marriage is a family. When you marry a woman and when you marry a man, that is now your family. When you make decisions together, um, you are now one. Your body is not yours anymore. Your body belongs to the union and the marriage. So if that woman fulfills her obligations and is a good mom, not mean to the kids and stuff, that's a blessing. So you got to take care of her to the end. And if that means you can't have another kid because now, your money's a little bit different because you're taking care of two households, well, I would say unless she cheats. I would say cheating should always be, yeah, because in cheating, you left the marriage. I didn't leave the marriage. You left it when you cheated if the woman wants to leave or whatever. Um, or domestic violence, anything that if he did it to make her leave, yes. If she did something on her own and caused a divorce, then no, because that's like a setup thing too, right? I
Right.
had the kids. I didn't really. I'm going to take half of his money. I think that there should be a lot more policies in place. Uh, the men that I know, I know of a man that was making 6 figures, doing really well on his job. And the baby mama, as a baby mama, we're not together, completely supportive. I want you to be able to take care of your kids. I want you to be able to have a good life. So go ahead and go out there, get this job, build it up. and then do the right thing. To me, that's a woman you not even, that's co-parenting. That's a woman you was saying, we're not together, but we're still family. He started making X amount of dollars, but never increased the child support. She even gave him a little bit of time, like, to get used to it and get everything settled so it wouldn't knock him down. He instead went to his job and they somehow altered his stuff. So he became good friends with them and they altered his stuff, thus changing his child support. He did all of that fraudulent. If you get caught, if they get a hold of any of that paperwork, you did all of that instead of honoring. Number one, that woman became a queen when she did that for you. And it's nothing you shouldn't have done for her. I feel like that. I feel like when you have a kid with somebody and somebody else gets with you, it's certain
We are
things that you have to
sacrificing our
respect.
lives, our bodies, and all of that, Jesus.
I just don't
Ugh.
agree. But he literally had everything changed. Now I will say, back in the day, child support, you could literally get. I had my cousin who had his children was getting a check for 50 cents
Oh.
because the woman was getting child support, and he had the kids.
See,
Mm.
that point.
Back in the day, they would take you down to nothing. Now in California, it's the cap on, if it's over. I think it was 25% when I was in HR. I've been out for like 2 years. Um, and then once that garnishment comes through, it's nothing you could do until you call in and settle it. But in order for a garnishment to come in, that means you can handle it. So FYI, all those people out there to say things like, I didn't know, I didn't know, I didn't know, it's not
Y'all
true.
know.
You get so many letters before it happens. And then that final letter comes to the job. And once that letter comes to us, we have to tell you, but it's nothing. We cannot change anything. And as soon as you put it in the system actually locks.
Right.
So they're not telling the truth when they say things like that.
I just don't believe in child support.
Okay, why don't hold on? System didn't give a fuck, but no, the
No, they
system makes
don't.
money off
The
of child
system
support.
don't
So you're
care
paying more
about
in
nothing
child
about
support
them.
because it's fees and things like that. Because you went outside of sitting down and handling it as family and as two adults. Now you're paying somebody else to tell you what to do, and you have permanently put your family in that system. Just to be clear,
Right.
they watching everything because they got your taxes, your check. If you move, you have to say something. School records. They have everything on your whole family. Why did
Right.
you
Mhm.
just put? We're black. Why did you just do that?
Right.
You've hand fed them your life. I wouldn't do it. Hey,
Mm-mm.
Bambi, why are you welcome, Bambi?
Hey,
Why
hey!
missed you?
It's been a minute, guys.
I
Work has been
know.
driving me crazy.
I know.
I
So, what
got
do
a
you think about child
promotion.
support overall? That's the question we're answering now.
Well, one, let's just say this. I hate child support.
Okay, why? Don't read
I'm
Hilda's
not.
comment. We're going to get to that. Good.
I am not a woman that will put. Listen, I wasn't thinking about no child support when we laid down and had this baby together. Listen, I was not thinking about child support when we laid down and we made these plans to like, hey, you ready? That was not in my mind. So I just feel like people who are trying to do child support, there's 100% chance that majority of the child support that you're giving to this woman, this man, is not going to this damn baby. It's not. It's going to the women that's trying to buy this $600 hell. It's going to these dudes that's trying to make sure that they new booze and babes and so what and so forth and don't want you or whatever. They got. Like I just don't believe in child support. That's just like a person asked me about a prenup. If I was to get married, would I put no, I'm not. I'm not the type of person that's going, oh yeah, you came to this relationship with what you had and you gonna leave with what you had. No. If we worked hard together with
I
each
was going to say it
other,
depends on what type of relationship it is.
yeah,
Because
like if
will
we
I bring
worked
out a prenup
hard,
in a whole damn minute? Yes, I will. But
like
to your point, if we're working together,
if
no.
we're working together at the end of the day, it's like some women start becoming bitter. And then a lot of people feel like, okay, yeah, we done had this baby, we laid down and had this baby. I loved you so much when we were together. But now that the baby's here, it's just like the love is not there, but I will still be there for the child. But women, they have women who are bitter who would still be like, no, you can't see this baby. You nope, I'm about to put you on child support. You're no good. You a deadbeat nigga. You dead. All that. No, let's be co-parenting. Let's still show that there's people out here who does that without an issue. Like people, I just feel like I hate it.
I think
I
they just
hate it.
want drama.
They
I
want
think they want
drama.
to have that whole my baby daddy this and my baby daddy that. Why would
You
you want
just
to
want to
have
be a
that?
statistic just like the rest of the
That part.
people. And
That
that's
part.
not cool. I'm not,
No.
I'm me personally, I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm not putting nobody on child support. I don't believe in child support. In my mind, I don't give a damn if it's real or not. Child support is not for me. I say that for the women who are bitter because as
I just
long as
don't want
I got,
nobody in my business.
thank you. And as
I
long as I
don't.
got two legs that's working, two
I
arms
could
that
do
can
it.
move, I
My
can make
mama did it. I could do it. Let's read the comments real quick. Um,
sometimes child
sometimes
support
Hilda says
starts.
sometimes child support starts when a person is in jail and they don't know until they start working. I know somebody that happened to. The girl
Yeah,
went to court while the man was in jail, said he was an electrician. um the records even show he was in jail, and the judge was like, okay, if he's an electrician, how much did he make? And then the girl just said, oh, he makes this amount. And so they started the child support based off of what she said. When he got out of jail and he found out, he went down to the court and showed them, I wasn't an electrician, I was in jail. And they still didn't fix nothing. They was like, oh well, it's too late, it's already done. Now here's my problem. My biggest problem and my only problem with that is fraud. So how did you not take that person immediately to jail?
Right.
It's too like that's not right. That should have been wiped out. You should have made her pay it.
Right.
Whatever fees you're still looking for, you should have made her pay it, and you should have striked her from ever getting child support. If you need help, send the kids to the dad because the dad is right here saying I'll take them. That's what you can do
exactly.
because you're a criminal. He in jail and you a criminal, so you need to go to jail because that's fraud. You stood in the court of law and said that and knew you was lying. And this particular man took care of his kid all the way down to bought the mom a car because I don't want my baby and her to have to walk. Let me make sure I got groceries in the house. If I bring groceries, they not just for my kid, they for your other kid. Like that. Why are you being mean to somebody because they moved on to your point? It's not right, and I think that it should be illegal. Um, uh, what is the provider?
What if the
Oh, what if the provider is not cooperating? Okay, so that is different. So let's get into that.
If
What
they're
are the
not
reasons?
cooperating,
Uh-huh.
then that's when you supposed to take that step. Like at first, well,
Right.
one I would say communicate with them. If you
communicate?
can't exactly,
But
communication is
if they
key.
not cooperating, that means you're
If
trying to communicate with them.
exactly, so you start the communication process. Try to communicate. Hey, look, I want to know if you can get them on this day, this day. You put in on this, I put on in it. Let's go half. If
So how
we
long would
even
you reasonably, both of you are parents and both of you have full your children. My question is, what do you think is a for a healthy child is a feasible amount of time to wait and give somebody the opportunity to grow into being a parent?
Well, shit, I ain't giving nobody no opportunity to grow shit because once you decide to lay down
You
and
had
have
9 months.
and
you
create
had
the
9 months,
kids,
You had 9 months.
you
I
got
don't
enough
care.
time. You already got
9
enough
months.
time. You know what you
So
got to do,
thank you.
so you don't get to grow into shit. If I
Thank
don't
you.
get to grow into shit, you don't get to grow into shit.
I
So
Am I
thank you.
wrong?
And
Am I wrong to say
I'm very glad that we have a diverse panel because when asking a question like this, so many things get cliched and wrapped into bitter baby mama
jiggers,
or something like that.
jiggers,
But it is so many, especially African American men, either middle class or slightly below, that's also struggling, but will not go apply for aid or anything to help them because of all these cliches. But there are fathers too that when the baby comes, time to be a dad, and they do it. So they have the right to say some of the things that they're saying. It's not just women, it's men too. And I feel the same. But when I say it because I didn't birth a baby, when I say, what do you mean get time? So the baby's supposed to lay on the floor hungry and shitting everywhere until you decide that you know how to be a parent?
right,
oh Jesus.
Because if you got to learn, what if both of y'all got to learn and y'all the only two options for the baby? What the baby gonna do?
right.
Because
Exactly.
But
like I
nobody
always
think
tell
about stuff
everybody,
like
babies
that.
are human tape recorders. If you think that your little 1-year-old ain't listening to your conversations that you having around them, they are listening. They are fucking
I can
listening.
remember
You'll be
stuff from when I was
surprised.
very young, and I
I can
scared the heck
remember
out
a
of my mom
lot.
the other day, telling her something. I was like, I remember.
Like you will be very surprised. Like me personally, that's why I was saying, will I be crazy if I was to say I'm not gonna wait much? I'm not gonna give nobody no time. But if I was to say I'm gonna give you till my baby is 18. If you still don't do nothing for them by the time they get 18, they're gonna grow into resentment of you, and they're gonna have their own image of how you are. Don't let my baby grow up to be somebody that's somebody's NBA player or NFL football pro leader, and then
You're
you
gonna be
want to come
sick.
around like that's my son.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna have a mouth like his mama, and my mouth is very bad, and I learned how to control my mouth because I could come at you with some razor blades and lemon juice, baby, and I ain't telling you nothing
Baby,
but the
like a
truth.
ninja.
Like
Woo.
I'm only telling you nothing but the truth, and it's
And that's the part. So I
he
can't
got
take
that for
nothing
me,
back because it's the truth.
and it's gonna be the truth. And I'm not gonna sit there and be like, hey, what did I teach you? Respect. No, because by the time that baby get 18, if he wanted to say motherfucker, fuck you, where was you
He's
when I
well
needed
within his
you?
right.
He is.
It's wrong, but it's right, and
Do you
that's
feel
how.
like that? Like, no, I don't want, I tell all my nieces and nephews that are having this issue, that have any issue, my nieces and nephews, godchildren, I tell them it's in the Bible to honor your mother and father. Yes,
Or thy
it is.
days will be
Okay,
shortened.
but it is.
However,
But it
However,
also says, okay, and you do get. Here's what you do get. Here's what TT will have your back stand 10 toes down. And if that nigga put his hands on you or your mama, because his mamas do it too, put her hands on you, she gonna get her ass whipped. You get one chance.
yes, you
And if
do.
you want to go completely off, say how you feel, scream at the top of your lungs, cry, come back to it, take a breath, take a sip, come back to it again. I want you to get it off your chest however it come out. Because that's the best
Mm,
therapy on this planet, because that's been sitting on that baby's heart for how long? That baby had to be a kid and feel like that. So if I feel like that kid want to say motherfucker, I don't care if it's every word. I feel like the parent, the aunt, whoever that child is talking to, they get that. Now, do
you
they
get
get to
gotta
keep
eat
being
that.
disrespectful? No.
no,
But you get that pass. That
you
baby got
get
to let
that
that out so
one
they can grow.
chance.
They got to
Exactly.
get that off. And you know you wasn't right. So go ahead and take it. Take it to the chest and go forward and
Mm,
do better. But take that shit to the chest. It ain't nothing but what can I do better? I don't want no stories. This ain't about you. It's about them.
Mm-hmm.
it's
None of
about
that.
how
I've seen it. Oh well, I went through this, and I
I've.
I
Mm,
did too. Shit.
yes. We have all been there. And the crazy thing is, I literally just had a moment this past Thanksgiving. I had a
Mhm.
moment, and I'm not usually the type to even say too much about my personal, but this one right here just hit home. It has to do with the child support. It has to do with you get that one chance. When it comes to the Bible, that whole honor thy mother and thy father, the way the Bible, this is the way I think. The Bible literally says things, and only certain people, what I want to say, the wannabe Christians that didn't really read the Bible, because the Bible has its do's and don'ts in it.
They read the scripture, not the
They
chapter.
read the scripture, not the chapter. So if you would have read the chapter, you would have understood that yes, it says honor thy mother or thy father or the days to be shortened. But there's a but to that. Don't mean that they put it in that same paragraph. It's a but if you would have continued. I dealt with some situations with I had a horrible past with my mother.
Right.
Horrible. And we have not been speaking. So the fact that she reached out to me and she really pointed the blame at me. So my one chance that I needed, oh, baby, Thanksgiving, yeah, I'm giving thanks and I'm going to give you the actual truth. Now, listen, this is what you've done to me, and you don't want to take accountability of that. You didn't teach me accountability, but I learned something along the way. And the child support, I'm grown as hell. What I'm going to do with some damn child support?
Right.
All that child support that they trying to get. I don't need that. You want that for your own selfish needs. I am no longer a child anymore. I am grown as hell. I am. I'm old.
Wait, did she come at you like trying to talk to you to get the back chop?
You was ungrateful. You didn't do. Listen,
So
baby.
back child support, I think that if it wasn't paid and the child becomes a certain age, don't get because it was for the kid, right? So it don't
Hmm.
go to the
So
parent.
they have to reach out to me.
It should go
They
to the
has to.
kid. It shouldn't
They
go to
has to
you.
reach out to the child. I'm no
So what
longer a
happened?
child.
Tell us.
So we got it. I got very irritated, and she was on this feeling that, oh, I didn't do anything. Like, she didn't do anything. She never mentally or physically abused. She's never done any of those things. And it was a bad, like, oh, I was bad. I was disrespectful. Yeah, I told you to honor thy mother. I said, listen, you wanted me to honor you. How am I going to honor someone who's
What did
not
you give me
being
to
a
honor?
mother? You want me to honor thy mother and thy father? And I did. I honored my foster mother because she gave me a mother and you was a mama. There's a difference from them. It's a difference from a daddy and a father. There's a difference from a mama and a mother. I needed a mother. You didn't give me that. You gave me a mama. A mama is just as worth as a deadbeat daddy.
Right.
So the like, you quick to do, like, I really don't know. So when I seen that the topic was child support, I knew that this was gonna be a touchy subject for me because
And I just
I
picked
don't
it because
believe
it's
in it.
around Christmas time and the
This
sad
is
thing
when
for
these
me,
mothers is about to act stupid.
they
Mm.
do. But I
It's
think that the
Christmas
dads
time.
act stupid too because here's my thing too, on the reverse. Okay? There's other things you can do. There are people that literally their child support is like $100, 125, 150, something like that. And then when it gets so big and out of control because you're not paying it, then you want to come at the other parent, the mom or something like that, because you did this to me. How can I afford all of this, afford all of that? But the whole time you've been wearing shoes, you've been rocking this, you've been rocking that. 150 a
I
month,
just
that's
seen.
not a lot of money. I could spend that at Crab Bucket, like real life. That's it, not a lot of money. So I don't understand why you're coming at the other parent at that point. And here's what I feel like the ones that are that level of ignorant. They also do things like it's Christmas time. Like if the mom is struggling or something, they're the first ones to be like, well, take the child support. Or you don't want to put the money in her hands. But your kids are humans. Why don't you just go buy the gifts? Like keep the receipts since you trying to pretend like these women do all of this stuff. Most of them don't even do all of that. You just creating drama. Buy what the kids want and take it over there and be the good father. Why do you have to show up like that? You don't have to say it came from her. But why do people everything that's some like when something is needed, like you put them in a sport, tell your mama to take the child support. Everything can't doesn't
That's what pissed
cover
me
my
off.
child support for regular people. Regular
That's
people
what
don't
pissed me
pay
off.
this exorbitant amount. In California, everything
Our
is bad. Example, my light
everybody.
bill, and I work for the company, used to be like $50 or $60. It's averaging 180. How? And
Is
I get
people
a
not
discount.
understanding? Is people not understanding that we are coming to, like, this world is no longer a money
But just in
managing world.
California. So don't unfortunately you can't say the world because like I posted when I posted that day when I finally went out, because y'all know I mostly staying because of COVID still and I get sick. I went out to look for the couch that day, run for the photo shoot when I was like,
Yeah.
I need to make it better. I need to do the room here so I can stop going out. So I went to go look for it and I went to Pomona and I needed gas because I hadn't drove my car in a while. And I pulled up and it was 698 or something. And I was like, I
Oh, baby,
literally got
they is
on the
smoking
phone,
some
like
shit.
calling people, like, what happened? Is this the real gas price, or should I go somewhere else? Like, and then I posted it. My friend from Texas was like, "Oh, friend, I'm sorry, our gas would just went down from 242 to 212." So it's
Baby, I'm
California;
going
it's
to
not
Texas.
everywhere.
I'm going to Texas. I'm going to Texas to go fill up some gas,
It's here. Everything
some
here is
gallons.
quadruple.
I'm gonna
We,
start selling gas.
I'm finna start doing something, but why are you letting your kids suffer like that? You know what I'm saying? Like if a kid needs braces, I need my people, my urban people to stop looking at that like an extra or a luxury. You can make payments now. Get your child braces. Like they shouldn't have to walk around like that. We all been in school. You know how you clown people.
Smile for less,
Teeth are very
guys.
important. It's your health. If one gets like an abscess, that could take your baby out. Do
Yeah.
things. Don't make the other. You're not making the other parent suffer. Y'all just going back and forth, and y'all love curl. But that poor baby is actually suffering, and it's
Because
showing up in
it's
their grades, their
mentally fucking
behavior.
up.
Too
It
many kids are
mentally
also
fucks
taking
these
their own
kids
lives.
up.
It's and their babies because they don't feel heard. They're looking at some are getting older, looking at the world like, what is this? What is going on? I can't do this. Is this how people act?
Yeah,
And it starts at home sometimes.
sometimes.
We are scaring our children.
I think I want people to really pay more attention to what they're doing around. Like, it's so much going on with these kids. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I just was on live earlier in the day before I started work, and kids are getting sick. I don't know if it's a little bug out right now, but
Yeah.
it's so depressing to
That's how I
where
got sick from Harley.
it's so depressing right now because my friend that was on the live with me was telling me it's depressing because I've never been to the hospital and seen so many kids.
It's
It's
attacking
so,
respiratory system. They
Mhm.
had to put me I have an asthma pump now. I never had an asthma pump in my whole life.
I've
I
been
got an
having an asthma
asthma
pump for
pump and
years.
something they gave me to put by the bed in case like I can't breathe in the middle of the night. I have
A
to
breathing
inject myself
system.
with it. No, I have to inject myself with it, whatever it is. But I never been on nothing like that. But like I said, I got it from my goddaughter, and literally, Bambi, like
What was
literally,
it?
her
Not E.
birthday was
coli.
Thanksgiving. I
It's
went to the
something
table and I was
else.
eating, and like I took maybe 3 bites, and all of a sudden I was like, my head hurts so bad. I need to put my head down. The cold got me just that quick.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was something in the food that everybody was buying.
No, Hilda, I was eating a rib Hilda made.
Yeah, but at the grocery store, at any grocery
Oh,
stores. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't put it past them because I've been seeing so many videos of food jumping in the oven still, and the hearts is.
oh yeah, I saw that. What was it?
It was a
Like a limb?
fish. It was like a fish, like it was cut, no heart, no
Yeah,
nothing, half fish, and
but
it's
it was
in the
still
oven
moving.
jumping, moving. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if it was something that they like. Y'all know Thanksgiving come around, Christmas come around, everybody want to cook, everybody
Yeah.
want to be fat and cook. I'm being fat and cooking,
Yes, I
so
could.
got to go grocery shopping. And when we go
Hmm.
grocery shopping, Lord knows we probably done got there late. We got the last of the last. Everybody,
I did.
if you're a real good cook, you know how to cook, pick out food still.
Yes.
But sometimes all good stuff, like they say, what glitters ain't gold.
Right.
You can look at some, and we probably got the bad batch. The ending of the no, I wouldn't put it past if it was no food. But people need to pay more attention to what they say, what they doing, how they fighting around these kids. Because I done
Yes.
seen too many kids on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, Snapchats, and all of that news. I don't really watch the news because it's just too damn depressing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's too depressing. Every time you turn it
Yes.
on, a black
It
man
just
done
makes
got
me
shot by the
cry.
police. A kid done killed themselves. There's so many kids killing themselves on
And
TikTok.
that
I have
girl
TikTok.
Shanquilla,
Shanquilla.
that
Oh my God.
that took me out. And I only heard a little bit. I purposely filter the things, but when I saw that one, I was like, what?
Supposedly, what happened with that situation or whatever really happened, I pray and hope they seek justice because they still have not found them friends.
No, they got the girl.
They
She's
got the
in
girl?
custody. She's in FBI custody, but they won't say what state or nothing like that. But hold on, y'all. I got to go warm up my food, so I'm going to turn the camera off. Um, I haven't ate all day. I'm like, why is my head hurting? Speaking
Shit,
of
you better
food,
eat. You better
I
get your
That's
meat
know.
on.
crazy.
Ron, I've
Uh,
been working my butt off. I've been getting all the stuff done. Plus, we'll be away this weekend. So if you are in LA, there, I think I put the flyer on my page. But if I didn't, I made sure to put it on Poetic Ghost Productions. And please come out and party with us. One of our business partners, it is her birthday, so we are celebrating her. And we are going to turn up and have a good time. Also, shameless plug, December 17th, um, we will be doing a um, more friends and family soft launch, but everybody is welcome to come out. More details are coming soon, and we will post them as soon as they are out. Please do not come if you owe child support, and you
Oh
should be
Lord.
paying to. As a matter of fact, I think I'm gonna put a note at the door. I'm gonna put a note at the door. I'm gonna audit some people. Please don't come if you owe child support because you should be spending your money on your baby. Okay, thank you. Oh, shit.
Listen,
Pay your
I've
damn
seen
motherfucking
people.
child support.
I've seen crazy thing is I've seen people who owe child support, and I kind of I know I probably came in a little bit late, so I probably didn't catch what you guys were saying in the beginning, but I did hear one part when you guys were saying people are working, bitter baby mamas or bitter baby daddies. I'm gonna say both.
Mhm.
They sat up here and they done allowed to where now when you were saying they get a job, they take that shit out your check. Oh baby, don't let you be married to a whole nother female because now
And
with
get
if
both of them.
you it's getting both of them. Let you not have no money, it's taking it out the wife check.
Mhm. Yep, I know
Baby,
somebody.
that's why I am doing a screen and you got children. Don't take away from my hard earned money. Listen, I got needs and I got some things I wants to do too. So you
So
telling
let
me
me
you
tell
taking away
y'all.
from my little out to eat food fund? Oh, I don't
Let me
like
tell
this.
y'all. Let me tell y'all. Let me
I
tell y'all.
don't I don't like it.
He said my
So
out
at
to
my
eat
old
food.
job,
My
y'all know
out to
I
eat
did
food
HR.
fund.
The child support came through for a coworker, and they have been together since like junior high. And the child support came through to her because he was at home. They had a disabled older daughter. He was at home taking care of that child, but the child he had on her, okay, I'm just
We
saying we need
started
to
being
be.
the detectives for the
Yes,
case.
we have Hilda. We'll get back to that in a minute. So the wife is the one who was paying the child support. That child support was so much money because it was in arrears. I don't know why. Usually, when you reach out and ask for like an adjustment, because they had just bought a house in her 50s by this time. Like this is past child support that you didn't get from him when he was working, but now, like you coming for her. And I get it. You are one, things like that. But they wouldn't even adjust it, and her money was like it was so scarce, and they wouldn't even adjust it. So she paid his child support for she's been paying it for 10 or 12 years, and it
Damn.
completely affected. Yeah, so in California, no, your income doesn't count as a spouse until they fall delinquent, because somebody's gonna pay this.
Right, right. So
And
when they
that's where I
file
say it's
delinquent, that's
unfair.
when after they file delinquent, that's when they'll go ahead and get the spouse.
Yeah, it goes far, far behind. And it's the same thing. If the husband would have gone to court and said, "I'm not working, can we make an arrangement?" They're more likely to do things like that. So it could be $50 or $100, a month. At that point, the child is grown, so they're making their own money, and it really doesn't matter. But again, when you ignore what they are sending you, then they just do it for whatever the calculation is, or the minimum is. Ron, you need to come by tomorrow. I got um oxtails and what kind of rice is this? My favorite. Oh, jambalaya rice. I made it all in the crock pot. I made it cooked it for 12 hours. And
Say
then I
no,
was like, let me throw some rice in there and see what happens.
say no more. Shit. Want some motherfucking oxtails and rice? Shit.
It is so.
Oh,
It's really good.
oh,
It is really good.
oh.
You're so crazy. So, uh, yeah, I made too much. In fact, I got a thing down there. I need to cook the rest of the meat, and I had intended on putting it on tonight. I'll do it. Sorry, people. You have to come with me because I'm very hungry. Um, But yeah, if you are a spouse, first of all, when you get married, you should check things like that because, yes, if you are a spouse, your income is going to be considered if they fall behind. Because again, this is a child. So I don't see anything wrong with it when a person is, like doing whatever they're supposed to do and that type of thing. But when somebody is not doing what they should, how is the child supposed to eat?
Right.
You know? And
Right.
if you are one of those parents that you make a cool amount of money, why are you going to make that person suffer if they lose their job? If they lose their job, like work with them.
Work with.
Um, yeah, because you should care about them that you don't want them to be suffering through life. You don't want it so that when the child goes with the other parent doesn't have anything. And that same property that we talked about, now it's reversed.
Right.
So how come it's okay, for you to take that person's money to the point that this person doesn't have this, that, or the other, and you don't have no problem saying it?
Right. Facts.
I don't think it's right because the child, you have the child, they say you have the child more, but the child goes to school, the child goes to practice, and you really don't have the kid. The active hours that a parent has a kid is more for the weekend parent. It's
Right.
more food, it's more time, it's more everything because you're not at work, they're not
Yeah.
at school, they're not asleep. You see them for those hours between when they come home from school and when they go to bed.
Right.
You're a good parent, your kids is in bed by 9, 10.
Right.
So I don't think that it's weighed out and thought about correctly. And I also don't think that people, like I said, are fair when somebody like loses their job or something. It becomes a yo daddy ain't shit
Right.
um
Right.
instead of being more compassionate. You don't care. You just care about your money.
It's automatically to your daddy ain't shit and he ain't this and
Hmm.
he ain't that. Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm. Instead, but when it's you, it's women more. I don't know. I wonder if it's more women or men on the system that have kids because usually, I'm sorry, Bambi, I forgot.
I've been
Sorry,
backstage, but
Bam.
I heard the oxtails I put in the chat. I want some of them.
Oh,
It was getting real juicy back here. I was getting upset because I'm like, I ain't never gonna get back in. They talk about all
I,
this good stuff
I couldn't even see it. I'm so sorry.
because
I'm really sorry.
for some apparent reason on my end, I just can't text in the comments. I only can text in the chat. So
Hmm,
it was finna
that's
get so
interesting.
serious. I was finna turn on YouTube on my TV and comment and say, add me back in so I can talk about when we can, exchange these oxtails.
Y'all so crazy.
Yes.
My coworkers came around the corner on Wednesday and was like, "What is that smell?" And I was like, "I made rice and meat." And they was like, "Oh my god, that smells so good. I want some." So I have to make some for them next week. But anywho, um, I don't agree with the whole process of child support. I think it was
Never
made to
did.
have people in your business,
Definitely.
and I've
It's
seen
made to make the other person poor.
hmm in some
Cause
cases, but I saw this one judge. Did y'all see this on YouTube where the judge was saying to the dad, "Oh, you paid a medical," and he was like, "Yeah," and he was like, the judge said, "Oh, it looks like you've been paying 3,000 such and such and such." Yeah, okay. Well, now you're gonna pay 3,000 blah blah blah. The girl says, "Aha, aha," like acting a fool. The judge was like, "I was talking to you." I was.
Oh, she probably killed herself after that with her stupid ass.
She was
or
like,
she
"Why
would
do
have
you
been
think
hurt.
how much he giving you the child support and he got the kids? He been still paying while he had the kids.
Oh my
Why
god.
did you think that's what I would tell you?" I
Right.
fell out laughing. It was a YouTube short. I'm gonna see if I can find it.
Goofy ass.
Who was that? Was that the black judge?
It was a Caucasian judge, I think.
That
I
was
don't
the
know.
okay. Okay, I think I know which one. I don't know, but it's one judge that I do be seeing on Instagram feeds when it comes to. I'm more of a like a sometimes certain mornings I watch Samari or some Jerry Springer or
Mm.
turn
Jerry
on some good
Springer.
old parental court.
Mm-hmm.
Watching some of them cases is just so funny to me because it always gets me that these women go inside these courts rooms and show their natural black tails like that.
Ooh.
One of
It be the
them I
Caucasian
seen,
women too, because the one I'm talking about, it was a Caucasian woman talking about, ah ha ha.
uh-huh,
That's mean.
it was one I was watching, and the lady was like, he'll never be there, and she tried to do the whole crying thing, and the lady, it was a lady judge. The lady told her, "What you need? What do you do? This whole time you've been in my courtroom, you've been bashing this man on what he hasn't done and what he don't pay, and what do you do?" "Oh, I feed him." She said, "Well, didn't you lay down and have him?" I mean, it's only right. It is
Mom
really
said the
only
judge was
right.
black. It
It
was.
is only right. If you done laid down and had these children, you listen. Feeding them, clothing them, bathing them came with your job description.
That's what we was
100.
It's a
talking about before
job.
you came on, where it says
It's a job description.
the child should have the same lifestyle on both. I don't think that the child should have the best lifestyle that parent can provide. So if one makes millions of dollars, they should not be required to put millions of dollars into that home because guess what? If you gave me my child and let me just do it, I wouldn't be spending a third of that money.
Right.
Give it to me. If you want me to have the type of lifestyle that I have, let me have it.
Give them to me. Give them to
How about
me.
that?
You want these kids? I honestly, personally, don't even feel like all that designer on babies and stuff like that. Listen, I'm not a designer
Goofy.
chick. It's
Goofy.
goofy as hell.
I'm not paying for it.
They
If you
try.
send
I'm
it to
not
me,
paying for it.
right.
On a
I
baby.
came up.
Babies grow out of
I've
shit so
seen
fast.
what that kills me. I've seen people trying to keep up with the damn Kardashians to the point to where they literally was
Are you
sitting up
serious?
here. I'm
Regular
so
people?
serious. Regular people trying to keep up with the Kardashians, putting their babies in Balenciaga.
But let's see
What is
what?
it?
But let's see what?
Balenciaga.
What does that mean? Largo?
Machino. Listen, this how you know I don't even pay for none of that expensive shit because I'm
Macchiato.
not going. Machiano,
Yeah, just Macchiato. Mitsubishi. Doesn't matter.
Machiano,
Shouldn't have had it on.
Mitsubishi.
Kelly, you
Um, listen, I done seen kids in goddamn Louis Vuitton. Why does this baby got some fucking red bottom Yves Laurent shoes on? And this baby ain't nothing but a couple of fucking months. I'm sorry if you feel like you gotta really show off like that, but my son ain't wearing that.
and it's goofy as hell because all those designers are racist white people who don't even like black.
Racist white people who don't even like black people, and they are not afraid to say it because they rich as fuck. So who the hell gonna check them?
And you're
Right.
Who
going to
gonna
keep
do?
buying
And you're
Who
gonna
gonna do
keep
them
buying it.
something?
it.
Keep
Who the
on
hell
buying
gonna
them
do
and
them something?
make them rich, but they don't even fucking like us. But you think you fly because you got they
Listen, what pisses me off is seeing black people in Tommy Hilfiger.
come on.
Oh, yes.
Come on, man.
I will never
Listen, and
touch that.
Gucci too.
I was a woman who wanted me some Tommy Hilfiger matching panty and bra sets one day.
Yeah.
I damn near I didn't cuss my mama out, but I cussed my mama out in the most hurtful words. And when
Why?
I say she, because I wanted it so bad. Oh, everybody was wearing it. It was cute. It was like a little crisscross. Oh, it was so cute. I'm like, oh, I want it. I want it. And she was like, you wanna sit out here and represent for someone who basically said that they hate the N words? I said, what? But it's cute though.
You was
Uh,
younger, right?
hmm
Yeah.
but it's cute though. Oh, okay. She didn't buy me one, but she bought me something same similar
Okay.
from Ross. But because it had the same colors on it, the white, the red, and the blue, I'm
Mhm.
still thinking it's the same one. But she bought this from Ross. So I
Well,
was
Tommy
out one
Hilfiger's
day.
at Ross. That's the only
Right.
place
Uh-huh.
I've ever seen it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But it wasn't Tommy Hilfiger because it didn't have the label on the bra like it was. My mama was
Mm.
like, okay, well, I'm gonna get you one.
She
She
had the
got it from me. She got it for me. And when I say taught my ass a lesson,
Because you
I
acted
ran.
a whole plump mess
Oh, I
and
acted a
thought it was
whole
that, and
plum
it wasn't
fool,
even that.
and it wasn't because I ran into a Karen, and a Karen told me I'm too black to be wearing Tommy Hilfiger. I said I don't think I need to be. You need to be worried about what's on my damn body. And when I went back home to my mama, I said, "Mama, this white lady," and my mama just sat there and laughed at me. I said, "Now I know what you mean." She was like, "I would never make you put on too much stuff that it ain't we can't afford, but we're not gonna never go broke. We're gonna put priorities first all the time. A lot of people is not putting their priorities first.
Hmm.
Everybody wanna use money manage. I am not the best money manager. Well, I am. I definitely am.
What do you think? So let's end with what well, we can still keep going, but I'm just saying let's talk about, now that we talked about the things that are wrong with child support, all the things that
Hmm.
have been encountered, what are some of the things, everybody give one and we'll keep going like that, solutions to if child support needs to exist, because it does. There are some situations where it absolutely does. So what are some things that could be put into place that would make it more beneficial and actually make it serve the public like we're paying for it to?
Mm.
Hmm.
Come on now. Oh.
Because it can. So what is, because remember, this is more targeted towards those who make money and those who do not make money. Because the government makes money off of those that make money because there's a service fee based on the amount. There's this, there, so they getting money out of it. Out of the ones that are living in poverty, then you just get to keep more poverty stricken communities down, right? So it's a setup
Right.
either way. So
Right.
what are some things that could be done? Because we as voters have the right to ask for these things. What should we be saying we want it to look like? Because it's needed. But what should it look like? What could be put in place to make it better?
Ooh, don't get me started with this one. It's a lot of shit, I think.
Hold on.
Mm.
Hello?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think he gonna
Okay.
have.
We can hear you.
Ooh, we hear you.
Solutions as far as the systemically or something
Mm-hmm.
that we can do.
Mm-hmm. That should be implemented so
Well,
that the program would run better and actually serve who it should and be a better program for the people that it's supposed to serve. What's the solution? When you guys have suggestions, you can put them in the comments too.
yeah, I think
Mm.
we for starters, instead of like just I think they need to have more people in place that's making the decisions on it and that's coming up with some of the final decisions. People that are
Like not just one judge, like a panel.
Yes, because it's
Because
always that. It's always okay. It's always gonna be the one person that can make the final say so. We need to
right,
hear from different people.
it's a judge that could be. That's a great one because it could be a judge that is. Hold on. I don't understand why a person buys name brand things to pay for someone else's home, cars, jewelry, etc. When if you save that money, you could buy your own.
Is that moms? You better come on, mama. Come on now. Cause all honesty, baby, I'm not spending no money on no. Listen, call
Mm-mm.
me what you want. Yes, I do's what I do's, baby, and I does it well.
I do sometimes, but I would say that as much as I shop, I'm not lying. My favorite stores, ironically, since COVID and everything, I really don't go out, and so my normal routine of shopping, it's not the same. Ross did used to be my favorite store, and
Ross
Walmart
is
for my
still my favorite
pajamas.
store. Ross is my
Now
favorite store.
I really
DD's is
don't go
my
in there
favorite
because I start
store.
feeling like anxiety. So I do Shein now. Um,
Sheen is my new store.
yeah, that's most of what I do. That's what I just got. That's most of what I do. But I don't believe in spending all that money on clothes. For a purse, I might because they hold their value. You can resell them, things like that.
Hmm.
I will for a purse every now and then, but it got to be on some. I got to extra more. Of my bonus was more, something like that. But no, I don't agree with that. I will say when I have a child, um,
They'll be able to enjoy the finer things, but
mhm,
it will be. I've never been the one to just buy things just to buy it. Like, oh, this jacket is 850 $850. Oh, why not? No, I'm
like these
not.
people paying $400 for a Gucci belt. I can't wrap my mind around that.
I don't
It don't
even
make
wear
no sense.
belts.
Even for my wedding. For my wedding, I saved and saved and saved. So we paid cash, nothing on credit. All I wanted, all I ever used to say is, "Oh, I want a Vera Wang wedding dress. I want a Vera Wang wedding dress." That's all I wanted. I wanted everything Vera Wang. My ring is Vera Wang. I wanted everything Vera Wang. Well, God loves me and He puts things into place. So I'm going looking for a dress, looking for a dress. I didn't like any Vera Wang. I had to stop myself because I kept trying to force myself, like, maybe let me look at it like this. Okay, let me try it like this. I didn't like them. So I had to really sit back and be like, Aisha, I know you really want this. That's what you said you wanted, but God must see something different because you don't like none of this stuff and you love her as a designer, but you don't like none of this stuff. That means you're not supposed to get it. And I didn't. I ended up still getting my dress like, hold on. My dress turned out to be amazing. And then I took it and got it custom made. Got some things added like I would like to do. That's what I like about Vera Wang. Some of the things are different and stuff like that. So I just did it on my own. Um, but when I have a child, if it's a girl, there's a particular photo shoot that I saw, and it had a little girl and it had all this stuff around it with different backgrounds and different stuff like that. I am gonna put my child in something Chanel. I am just for that photo shoot. I am. But as far as having things like that all the time, no.
No,
But I'm
because
very
then
big
they'll
on
feel like
signature and
everything.
things like that.
I done became to the point to where like you don't have to see me in name brand shoes all the time. I don't even
Mm-mm.
own. I don't even really own tennis shoes like that. I have some tennis shoes and they're feelers. I'm very humble and I'm not really caring much about what it gotta be.
That's just not your preference.
It's not my
And it's
preference.
okay.
Back then it was to be that, oh, name brand jewelry and all that other stuff. Oh, don't get me wrong, I'm gonna go ahead and go purchase me some earrings when the time is right. I used to have necklaces on my chain, on my neck, so I could fit in with everybody. I sold it. I didn't need it anymore. I seen what it was doing to me and how everybody would look at me. They looked at me like I was like trying to live above my means. So I sold it just to be like, look, I don't wear earrings. My friend have to tell me all the time, where's you going without some earrings in your ear, little boy? Oh, my bad, friend. Hold on, I gotta. I'm not doing none of that. When somebody was like, so why you sell your earrings? I said, I actually sold them. I sold my earrings. I sold my necklaces because I really didn't want it no more. Yeah, they like you could have just put it up. No, because I didn't want to wear it anymore. I knew literally it was changing me to the point to where I would wake up every day like, oh, I ain't even going nowhere. I'm going to the kitchen, but I gotta put my stuff on. I gotta take one. I can't even take one picture without my necklace. No, you're not finna make me become somebody else. You gonna see this bare skin. There you go, bare skin and ears. If it's cute and from Payless, baby. Listen, because
I
I
buy
just
what
bought
I
some
like
boots.
and wear it proudly. And as a matter of fact, before Payless closed, I went in there before it was like about to close or whatever. We had one around the corner, and I was like, I just want to go in there and buy something like to remind me of like where I could. like where I came
Where I
from.
came from.
And I went in there and the stuff was more expensive than this stuff. I was like, oh, y'all bougie. I can't be in here. I was like, I'm not paying that for this stuff. This is crazy. And I didn't even buy it, but I went in because I first of all, very crazy, but I love the scent of Payless Shoe Store. I love the scent.
Love it.
And I would always open the boxes and just smell them. I don't know why, but I love them. But back to the solutions, because that was a really good solution, Ron Ron. It should be a group of a panel of mixed
Yes.
people, because what it is whatever that's why people end up requesting a judge, because they know, oh, this judge always do this, or this judge, they get reputations, you know?
Yeah.
Some go way hard when they shouldn't, some are way lenient, and it's usually based off of their own feelings. So I think
Right.
that's a good one. I think, what do you think that it should look like, Ron Ron, like when you say more than just one person?
Like you said, a panel of people that's going to make these determinations and hear the stories of real people, not necessarily just somebody that's educated and got the credentials to do it, but people
Mm,
that can relate to this type of
like
stuff.
a
It's like,
jury.
yeah, exactly. How we use how we talk about policing, and they say, we say that why is a white policeman policing a Watts neighborhood when they cannot relate to anything going
And they
on
don't
around
even live in it.
Thank
and
you.
Mm-hmm.
they stay
They
there.
don't know how to live in it.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so this is the same thing. How are we gonna have a judge giving out rulings on something that he don't even know about? He has no
Mm-hmm.
idea what's going on. He has his little marriage and or non-marriage and picket fence and everything's going perfectly around
Because
him, and
he
he's
ain't
making
even.
all these decisions, all these life-changing decisions for these
Life
families.
changing.
You know what I'm saying? Kids and families, and he's making the decision. So it has to be a collective group of people that can, make the right decision that can relate, like real people. Real people can relate to things like this. And I don't know, how that would look as far as making it happen, but I think that would be a good solution.
And
The
I agree.
process
I
takes so long
agree.
anyway, so I'm
The
sure that
process is
they
gonna
could.
take forever.
I
I
think
agree
that
with
it's worth
him.
it. I think it should be almost like how stuff started. Like before you could get a divorce, they would be like, "No, I'm not giving a divorce. I want you to go to marriage counseling. Try this, try that." I think it should be the same thing with child support. It should be, show me where you've tried to work it out with this person before you came to me. If they don't
Facts.
do that, automatically throw those ones out. Unless it's like, if it's feasible for them to have reached
Right.
out. Um,
Right.
if not, automatically throw those out. You wasting the court's time. You wasn't even adult on your own. Go try to work it on your own. Like, start calling people out and calling it
Right.
what it is. Work it out on your own. I think
Right.
that should happen. Um, the ones that come in asking for a horse and a mule, I think that those should be set straight from the beginning. Like, you let them know you already came in with the wrong idea and the wrong impression. Um, I think that yeah, I do think that it should be a jury of
A
diverse
jury of
people from
diverse
that
people.
same
You
neighborhood
need
that they
different.
live in.
Exactly.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Um, because only you know the conditions, only you know that somebody asking for, $1,200 and they on Section 8 paying $2 don't make sense. You
Right.
reaching because he doesn't have Section 8. He has
Makes
he has
sense,
to pay
Ron. And
regular
it do.
bills. You have to think about stuff like that. And I think some people get on this uh high horse. Um,
Mm.
and so this is my suggestion. Anybody who is on public assistance, and I mean public assistance with Section 8 or rental assistance and food and money. I think that when those people come in for child support first, I need all of you to know, listen to me, listen really clear, okay? If you're on any of that stuff and you file for child support when you just told them you didn't know where the dad was, so that's how you got all this stuff, they're paying the money back to them. You're not getting that money.
Right.
Work it out with the parent, okay? Take what the parent can give. Your life ain't that hard. You already have a backup to your backup. So be more
Mm-hmm.
understanding because that other person doesn't have a backup.
A
That's first
backup.
of all, okay? So I think when those cases come in, they should be, I think that they should sit them down too and have a real conversation with like a mediator, like how you do it before child custody, before you go to the judge. Don't even go to the judge. Sit them down and say, what is it exactly that you need? And he's not doing. Sir, why aren't you doing it and why aren't you giving it to her?
Some people are so bitter they wouldn't even do it though.
And then how is that not another case where the woman is in trouble? Because you said you didn't know where he was.
Right.
Mm. They need to
Right.
hear both sides of
But
the
when he
story.
got married, you knew where he was. When he got a job,
Yeah.
you knew where he was. When he bought a
Mm.
house, you knew where he was. If he got a car different than the one you got and it's a little bit better, you know where he was.
Right.
When you break up with your man, you know exactly where he is. Who
Right.
probably is that child's real father.
Facts.
To the women that go and file after they find out, you know, your husband or your man you've been with for 10, 12 years, and then they find out because the kid gets sick, oh, this ain't your kid, and I do know some people like that. And then you go and file for back child support, and it's pushed on this man, then that woman should pay that man that you just took all his money. Go ahead and pay
Thank
him
you.
because he's been around and taking care of the kid. Why ain't nothing
Thank you.
happening to her? How can you file back child support on somebody that didn't know?
Right. Exactly.
How is that okay? How are you not in trouble?
Right.
How are
And
you
then
not in trouble?
and then it gets to the point where a lot of these, and I'm not trying to make it a sexist thing, but it's relating to some of the homies growing up. You know, they get child support put on them, and then when it's like you said, if you don't know, you get the back child support thrown on you. They taking driver's license. They doing all type of shit.
Passports.
So a driver's license is a key to a lot of
That's how you get
employment
to work.
opportunities. You can even employment opportunities. Period. A lot of certain jobs require you to have a driver's license. So
Yeah.
how the fuck are you supposed to pay for anything if you can't even get hired to a job or get to a job? Well, now of course they got Uber, Lyft, and all this other shit. But
But
15 years
that's
ago,
expensive.
exactly, everybody can't afford a Uber ride down this damn street for $10.
No.
It take you $10 to get down the damn street. So let alone get a job down. It's $40 each way. So how the fuck are you supposed to get to work or even get a job if you don't
And
have
pay
a
child
driver's
support.
license? You know what I'm
And you
saying?
still got to
So
catch up.
yeah, exactly.
And then every time you get paid, they taking damn near everything out of your check. Was probably leaving you with $20. Now how the
Plus,
fuck
the
you gonna
dad
give
always have to carry the medical.
Right.
I don't know where they got that from, but the dad always has to carry the medical for the kid. Maybe so that the dad will have something in their name for the kid because the mom usually gets the social security card and stuff. Maybe so they can be connected. I think it's maybe a good reason behind that. But yeah, the dad carries medical. So I think that it should be like a auditing process, a preliminary process, and I think that it should weed out all the foo-foo heads, and they don't even get to go to a judge. They get told to be an adult. They get counseling on how to make it work and things like that. Because some people, as soon as they get pregnant, they talking about, I can't wait to get his social security number. Right? He works a regular job. What do you mean?
Goofy.
Why?
Goofy as shit.
Why you want to hurt somebody like that?
Right. Why is that your goal?
Bitter. How dare you live that life over there? You mean a life where the two people is working, and in your life, two people are not working? You mean you keep having kids that you can't afford, so your life looks different than the people that's not?
Right.
I don't get it. Nobody should have to pay for when you have fun.
You're
You wasn't
goofy.
tripping when you was oohing and eyeing and doing all the stuff you wasn't supposed to do.
Laying on
Nobody
your
wasn't
back.
saying nothing then.
Don't nobody got my back when it come to my kids. Wasn't nobody on they back when you was having them kids. Nobody was on their back but you when you was having them.
I was
Baby,
at church on post
listen.
Sunday. You was at
Child, listen, I was in my bed at home sleeping, calling, making Z's somewhere. I was catching all my Z's at the end of my alphabets, honey, when you was over there laying on your back or probably sitting up or who knows. Baby,
So,
listen.
Bambi, what is your solution? What's one of your solutions that would make the process
We definitely Laugh out loud. Okay, but oh, one of my solutions I would definitely probably say is agreeing with Ron. Also, they just need to. People just need to. Oh, Jesus. When I say this one is really one for the books. It's one. I just feel like people need to just take more action into what is going on. Most
What do you
definitely. It's
mean?
just far as yes, we need more like the different panel. That's why
Hmm.
I had said when I had said it before Ron was saying it. The panel. We need a panel of different people. We need to hear more than just one voice
Hmm.
because everybody has a different opinion, and I'm just tired of hearing the same thing. Like
The same
me,
thing as far as
I'm
what?
the same old written down book rules. I don't
Because
want to
it
have to
is,
keep
it's a
hearing the
code
same
right
rules.
online. You can fill out the form and find out how much somebody could get you for child support.
Yeah.
They even got
It's
a
the
tool
same rules.
online. You could plug in the numbers and it come right up.
And it comes up. I'm sick and tired of that. I just really wish
Hmm.
somebody can just say, like, we're just gonna cut this, or like you stated, let's go back to trying to counseling with somebody. Let's try
Right.
this. Let's communicate.
Work it out on
I'm
your own.
work it out on our own as adults. We're not kids.
Right.
We're not kids. And then
My
again,
kids.
I am
Make people, that's a good one, Bambi.
make people
That's a
take
good one. Make
accountability.
people grow up because half of those people that's in there don't have good communication skills. So, like Ron was saying, if we were to ask them, did you try to work this out before you came in here?
No.
According to them, now we have to play devil's advocate. According to them and how they heard their parents talk, and now they're talking. They did. You told him he was a no good mother effer, so you need to take care of your kids. And he was supposed to say, I'm sorry for being a no good MF. I know I ain't no good. Let me take care of my kids. Instead of you
No.
saying, girl, you
Because you
out there
doing that
spreading
to
your legs
somebody
between
is
everybody. What I'm saying is, whenever you are thinking about something that is going to impact somebody's life, we are very humble
communicate.
people. We are very fair people. We can't think with our brains. We have to look at that person and now put ourselves in their shoes. So when they had that conversation, to them, the conversation was right. So
Right.
that's why you had that preliminary to say, well, tell me how you said it. Okay, well, let me see y'all do it. And then when they do it, you say, well, actually, let me help you. So we need to help people more too. Because
Yes.
a lot of these, especially these young girls, think that mess is cute. The first thing they do when they have a baby is they can't wait to say, and I went through this with my brother's baby mama. I've had to put her in her place real cold with it. And she is blocked now, okay? Because she could not wait to be, oh, my baby daddy get on my nerves. Girl,
Mhm.
how? He not there. You're lying. But she all online doing that type of thing. Oh, he don't do nothing for our baby, and neither do you, boo boo.
You
I
can't
did
bash
everything.
nobody though.
No, neither
That's my
do you,
thing. You
honey.
don't
I
know.
have the receipts. I have the receipts. So technically, he did, and I have the receipts. You want to know why? Because you asked. He didn't ask. He was out there trying to get it for his kid on his own. But you asked because you feel like we got it. But guess what? That was my baby. That was my nephew. I got you. It's on its way between me and my mama and our cousin. But you just couldn't wait to have that problem. And all
No.
throughout that problem she so called had, while you sitting there with stuff you don't even deserve, honey, I met you at the hospital with stuff. I drove out there. And this is a pregnancy I'm finding out about 2 seconds before you have the baby. But I drove out there and took all kind of stuff. Did you, upon exit of the hospital, ask me if I could send more clothes? Like your baby needed a fashion show? This is what I'm telling you about. I know this child support stuff is real. It gets real ugly. So you got to meet people where they are and turn your brain off and really tune in and listen to what they're saying. Watch how they behave. Watch their movement. That's why it's important to have a panel of people from the same place, because even if I don't act this way, I know what it looks
I need
like.
to hear it from different angles. Like,
Exactly. And so you got to help some of those people. Now, I tried to help this foo-foo head. Okay. From Ron, I even warned her in advance, and I said it nicely too. Ask mom. I said it nicely, and I mean this girl was going in like my brother is my brother. He's been with us since he's been 9 months, but he has a biological mother that we share him with. She has since
mhm.
passed. all the way down to when you get in arguments, you are posting and telling him, your mama, your dead mama can suck my.
Now,
Oh,
So
what are
I
you
had to
getting out of
call
that?
her. I met her where she was. I met her where she was. It took every bone in my body, but I met her where she was because I initially was going to just jump in the car and do what I used to do. But I met her where she was. And I called and I explained to her because, honey, you don't know us. So let me tell you, when you say things like that to him, you are actually saying it to us as well. That is somebody we lost, and that is somebody that is important to us. You need to grow up. Is this what you want your son to see later on? This man is actually there every day with his kid, y'all doing it. And to be quite honest, you shooting him down for things that he didn't do, but neither did you.
You. People
We
have to
took
take
care of
accountability of
you,
all of
and
this
your
shit.
mama is right there, literally. So what I mean
Mm.
by that is, though, that is the same type of person who was also, baby ain't damn been out the hospital a week. I'm filing for child support. Girl, file. Like they have this mentality, and I don't get it. That because you had a baby for a man, you didn't have a baby for your husband, honey. There's a difference.
right.
That man gonna live his life just like you living your life. Because while the baby in the hospital, you saying he need to be there every day. We need to understand how you on Snapchat and stuff every day with men, women, and everything in between. You need
Oh,
to
you
heal,
better
my dear.
stop it.
I'm
You
not. It's,
better
this
stop
world
it.
has come to that place. But if I, as in Asia, because remember, I'm telling this story because first of all, she talked too damn much. But I met her where she was. Do you understand how hard that is for somebody when that's my brother? That's the person that I love. That's my bread that I just broke to send stuff to. I don't have a connection yet, but because it's ours, it's ours. Period. That's how we roll. And you don't appreciate that. And it's women like that. And what I'm saying is women like that. With men that's doing and doing and doing, but because they're not doing exactly what you want them to do, you want to impose that on them. You want to know who knows that type of stuff? The people that come from that same type of neighborhood. So I was able to talk to her. Great example of you need a jury of the people that come from your neighborhood because they could see through all that. They probably gonna go look at some social media pages and see how people act.
Right.
And then you could counsel that person because you're not getting no child support. For what? You want more, you should earn more.
Earn more, straight up.
You both are doing the best that you can. So I don't get it when men are really hard on a woman for not adjusting to being a mom really quickly and can still cook, clean, screw, this, that. You being hard on her too. People is too hard on people. Meet them where they are. You screwed them where they was.
Yeah.
Did you not? So what did you think was going to change overnight?
And did.
And did multiple times, and some of
And
them
did.
own the purpose.
On purpose because you
Okay,
trying to get back to whoever. Oh, Jesus.
Trying to lock somebody up.
and that's exactly
Hello.
what happened. But you don't like in all these 9 months, you didn't think you should
Majority of
buy
these
a bill.
females do be trying to lock them up, though. They be
They
trying to
do,
lock them up on purpose. They see this man being happy, and that ain't nothing but the devil
but
trying to
they're
be.
actually together. They're actually together, so that was interesting to me. But I've also had men, even since I've been married, that have asked to get me pregnant. Right? I see how I could show you. I could show you, and I'm like,
Asking to get
mhm,
what?
because I've done a lot with myself. They think I would be a good mom. I'm really good to my god kids, my nieces and my nephews. I don't have a baby yet. To them, I'm a good woman. And then I reply back with like, just in case you didn't know, sometimes my head spins around with throw up. I mean, I'm a regular woman, I'm like any other woman. Like there's nothing different about me. There are women that are way more dynamic than me. Why'd you pick me? But yeah, they have said I need to mother
Crazy
their
thing is,
child.
I am that woman. I am that always asking why woman. Why you want me? Oh, baby, we finna have 81 to a million
Because they thought they was
questions.
gonna live off of me. How? How sway?
Oh, I'm that
Dog,
woman
if
that's
you
gonna
got me
ask,
pregnant, let me tell you something. If you try to
huh?
take me to court for child support, you won't make it out that court. I ain't trying me? How you take somebody to court for child support. And you purposely get that. It's men doing it now too. The same men that try to like live with women and do all of that stuff. Well, now they try to have babies. Just so we're clear, it's not a woman or a man on either side that does more.
Goofy.
I just think that is way too lenient on the woman's side. So I will close with that. I think that there need to be punishment for women, and we'll talk about this on the next episode, that lie about RAPE
Oh,
and then get a settlement and stuff like that. And then once the money is gone and, oh, it's just on my heart to tell the truth. No, the money's gone and you mad at your mama. Okay.
Wait, what?
Because that happened in Long Beach. That's a real story. It happened in Long Beach. One close to us. Ruined that baby's life. He was going away to play sports and everything. She claimed that they sued the school district. Of course, he got everything taken away. Her mom spent all the money. A couple years later, she came back after the money was spent and was like, "It wasn't true. My mom told me to say it, whatever." Like that. They didn't put them in jail. They didn't make them pay back the money. All that money that they got, they should have had to pay him.
right.
Because that risked his damn life.
He was going to college. He was one of a really good player. You
He
took everything from him.
could have been going pro.
Exactly.
Man.
Or had a college degree and been working as a CEO. He had he had choices, which means he did the work to have those choices. And just like that, you took it from him with a lie. And automatically, because number one, you were a woman, and then you were a Caucasian woman, and you were saying that African American male did this, they believed you, and the school district paid, and it was the mother who did it. And now, guess what, little Polly Pocket liar, you didn't get any money. Your mom spent
Polly
it.
Pocket liar.
Now you want to be mad at your mama? No, you should both go to jail. If you lie and say that a child belongs to someone, it's people that sometimes have two men taking care of the kid. I think they should be in trouble. Why we don't ever hear of like women license being taken away, or when they lie on in court and say that a man works a certain job and he's really in jail, why they don't go to jail? All of that, when you write on that paper and it say above has to be correct, $25,000 or this amount of time in jail, why doesn't that ever come to surface with, it's like never mentioned in court, and the woman just goes away scot-free. So I think that there should be laws for
Some
that.
type of consequence.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be a consequence.
Right. If
I
somebody
honestly
did
just
something
feel
like that to you, what type of consequence would you want them to have as a male? And not
jail.
thinking about, because, ooh, I can't stand it, but I get it. I hear so many fathers say, but I don't want to hurt my kids. I get it.
It's not
I
hurting them
do.
damn kids. It's
But
it's hurting you.
yes, because in the end, you look like the monster all the way till they turn 18. Then you got to reverse some stuff. Maybe they going to leave you. Maybe they won't. What do you think should happen to
And then in
like
all
women?
that time,
So
oh, I'm gonna say it after him.
if they do what to me now?
Lying about if they either lied about child support, so they get you to pay more than what you should have paid. They lie and say a kid is yours, so you pay child support for one that's yours, not yours. If they do anything like that and it comes to surface, instead of just, oh son, your name is cleared, go and just have a wonderful life, what should actually happen in court?
I think if they lied about a kid or lied about something to get more money, I think the best solution to that, I'm not going to necessarily say jail, but what I can say is a garnishment of a long time to pay all that money back plus
Restitution.
Restitution. There you go. So we're going to have a garnishment for that, and you're going to pay, you're going to pay more. You're going to pay. It's going to go. You're in debt now. You're not only paying back what you took, but you're going to pay
Go
back
forward too.
damages and everything. So yeah, I think we just make a government issue garnishment on them so they can feel the pain. You're gonna feel that pain. It's gonna be a lot of money too. It's gonna be based off what you make. If you make $2,000 a month, shit, 1,300 of that is gone. You gotta figure it out, baby girl.
Go live with your mama. I had to live with mine. There's plenty of men got to end up living with their mama or something.
Homeboys.
Yeah. We're gonna let y'all feel how it feels to have 50 cents on your paycheck after working 60 hours in a week. We're gonna
and telling your kid, we can't do this, we can't do that, but you can do it with the other parent because your money is over there. Mm-hmm.
Right, facts. So
I agree.
That's the best solution for that. You know what I mean? To have to face that for a long time. You know what I mean? Like if people know that they got to face those type of consequences, maybe they wouldn't do that type of shit.
I agree.
Prevention over punishment. I'm more of a prevention over punishment type guy instead
Me
of
too. I
waiting
don't
on
vote for
somebody to,
jail unless you're a child molester. I
is that
don't.
some,
Unless you
yeah,
need
some
it.
Jail is
right.
too much because now the child is still suffering because you
Now the
took a
child is
parent
still
away.
suffering.
It's
Yeah.
not right.
Mom said and go to jail on their off days.
No, that's true though. There are
Damn.
some people. You right. They're like, oh, you thought you was going on vacation when you took your vacation. No, you not. You going to
You
jail.
have to visit jail.
Oh yeah, some weekend jail.
See,
I mean,
I would say that, but jail just doesn't help anything though. It doesn't
right. It's
help.
just another
It's,
moneymaker.
jail doesn't rehab anybody, doesn't fix anybody, it doesn't teach anybody a lesson. Nobody that go to jail come out. Well, I won't say nobody, but there's very few people that come out of jail and they come out better. You got a few people that are able to get in there and do their thing. Those are the people of the world. There's a few people that are able to go in the world and do stuff while having traumatic lifestyles as kids. But the mass of people, no. The mass of people that go to jail, you coming out even more fucked up. So I wouldn't say send them to jail.
Because
But
you in a stinking cage.
yeah, exactly. It's not you're stripped of all your human rights in there. Like, you know what I mean? Just because you did some shit, or fucked up, that means you're not a human now. So I don't think jail is a solution to a lot of this stuff. It's more of, you can be punished outside of jail. You can be punished to the point where you probably gonna want to go to jail yourself. Like, if jail is probably worse.
Because you free but not free.
Yeah, exactly.
I agree.
What I'm saying? Strip you of all that. Like, take your money like you took his money. Now you can't have a car. Now you gotta catch the bus and walk everywhere. You know what I
No
mean?
savings and security blanket and not able to see a better future for yourself because you know what it looks like. If I make 50 cents more, she getting 30 cents. So I'm never going to actually make it, especially depending on where you stay.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, I think so too. What about the last one? What about the women who say it's your child, but they knew that it wasn't?
Oh, so those
Like
women
there's proof that they knew that it wasn't.
now, oh man, it has to be something done.
Because
Like, you
now you're
can't
going to lose the kid.
now you're gonna lose a kid. So not only did
And sometimes, let me just say one more thing before you say your answer. Because in California, and I know other places, if you pay child support for the kid and you find out it's not yours, if it's going to be a really big hardship to the household, you still have to pay the child support.
right.
Yeah.
So
So
now,
what they should
what
do
would
is
you feel?
in that case, if they do that shit, I think the woman that lied, I think she should have to pay like a ridiculous amount of money back. Again, do a garnishment or restitution type thing with that. But on top of that, we want to also because the child suffered too. The child suffered, and then the real father suffered because now the real father never had a chance to take care of, never had a chance to get to know his seed, and then the child has a whole other family out there that they
Right.
didn't get a chance to know. So
And take it from a whole one.
and take it from a whole one. So now the mother, something has to be done with her. Something harsh. Like I said, I don't know.
She just ruined 3 lives plus all the people, like the grandmother, the aunts, the other siblings.
Right.
You literally just ruined 3 branches. Wow.
Right. She should have to be forced to not only get money taken away from her to cover the financial damages, but maybe, going to go do some, permanent community service work. You're going to have to go help out some underprivileged kids or something has to be done. You can't just walk away clean by destroying 3 lives like that. You can't do that. It has to be something like, I don't know right away off the top of my head what I could do. I won't necessarily for punishment, for something to let her feel the bullshit that she did, destroying 3 lives.
Agreed. Okay.
Man.
Hold on.
This is
Joking.
Okay. Community service on off days.
There are people that do that too.
Some
Go up
people
and
don't even believe in going to the community services. So I feel
But
like
if you
that'd
don't
be
go,
a
you'll go to
way.
jail. Just like that
Yeah.
man, if he missed a payment and he get his license taken away, you'll get yours
Go
taken
to
away
jail.
too. Well, I got all of these kids. You should have thought about that when you missed it. The same thing they told this man who was struggling on top of struggling and had to figure out how to struggle comfortably.
Right.
So it's the same thing to me. So on that note, I would just like to say if there's anybody that's out there doing any of these things that are not okay, it's never too late to make it right.
Never.
You lied anyway to begin with, and you've lied every day that you've been doing it. So even if you have to
Goddamn.
think of a lie to say why you're not doing it, like, oh, I just decided I don't want to make you pay child support anymore, do it because you've been lying. So lie to make it right, but you need to make it right because one, the economy is not that great. Number two, it's just not right to do something like that to somebody. Um, whatever anger it is that you have inside, you should probably go to therapy to determine what has happened that would make you that angry at somebody that you would want to destroy their lives. Um, if you are one of those men that's walking around talking about what you have to do, but not really doing it and not taking care of your kids, and everything your kids ask you for is ask your mama for the child support, boy, that $52.50 didn't do nothing. Her gas is
Cause
more than
it
that. So
and
get
it's
off your
not.
high horse. Walking around telling your friends that you pay so much in child support. Tell them how much it is. Don't tell them your balance. Tell them how much it is. Because a lot of y'all like to walk around, oh, I owe $19,000. Like you make $19,000 a month. Boy, we see you not working. We know that added up since the child been born. And you still owe it after the child is 18. I'm going to go on mute and somebody else can um, actually close because I'm joking to death.
Okay. Now, guys, y'all know we always have a amazing topic for you guys. Um, it was great to be back. You know, it was amazing. But like Madam just stated, if you guys are dealing with some child support issues, please be honest with yourself. Try to communicate. Ladies, if you guys are trying to think about putting somebody on child support, think about what you're doing before you do it because I know for sure y'all not really there mentally. Y'all not really there. Think about you, your child, and think about how it's going to affect the man. Please do. Don't only think about, oh, when I get child support, or I even heard a friend before say, oh, I ain't gonna be with this nigga forever, but I know for sure I'm gonna just put his ass on child support. That is not the best way to go. Don't think that you about to just be getting all of this money like it's a goddamn EDD fund fraud or whatever the hell y'all want to call this. I am so sorry. She was already over there choking. I'm gonna make her choke on the water again. Jesus. All right, love you guys. I'm gonna turn it over to Ron. I'm gonna make her choke again. Jesus. But I'm
We
just
don't.
stating the facts.
Yeah, no, we definitely don't want to have her choking. But want to piggyback off what Bambi said. Everybody try to work out the solution, especially us. I want to say, black people, stop bring any courts into your business if you could help it. Like, let it out. Don't let it be the first situation off bitterness or anger or jealousy or whatever it is to try to go to the courts and try to have them police our things. We want to definitely police and govern our own shit. Leave it into our own hands. Work out something as best as you can. If you can't, then I can't tell you what the next step is for you. But try that first. And you just want to definitely thank everybody for watching again. It's good to be back. Make sure you go follow all of our social media handles. Got a lot of stuff coming up for this year. Poetic Ghosts going up. You know what I mean? Stay tuned for
Whoop,
next year.
whoop.
Follow us. Follow me on Instagram, Famous Homie, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, Poetic Ghosts. And just stay tuned, man. We got a lot of stuff brewing.
Okay, so
Are you
still
waiting?
still here. I don't know what happened, but I'm still here. So thank you everybody and have a good night. We will see you next week on please hold. So I don't like to be a liar. I'm just saying. Let me check my calendar. I can't remember what's next week. We will see you next week on Thursday for Tipsy Thursday. If you ever have any suggestions, make sure to send them to us and we will think about going over them. Whatever suggestion you have, make sure you have a solution. That's the rule here. So that is it from us tonight and have a good night.
Great night.
Good night, y'all.
Now I have